Dear students, in this third quarter for grade 9. Question 1. Rearrange to make x the subject. We have y equals to 5x minus 3. So to make x the subject, we said we have to keep x alone on this side. So how do I do that? I do the opposite to remove 5 and minus 3. So first we start with the easy one, which is minus 3. What is opposite of minus 3 so I can remove it? We do plus 3. This is the first step, so I will do plus 3 on the left and right side, both of them. So here I will have y plus 3 is equal to 5x. Since I did the opposite, so minus 3 now is removed, because minus 3 plus 3 is 0. Then, is x alone? Not yet. We have times 5 next to it. So we do the opposite, which is divide by 5. So when I divide by 5, I will have x equals to y plus 3 over 5. So now x is the subject. So always, if you're trying to make it the subject, just check what do you have next to x and do the opposite. Now in part B, the problem is I have x on both sides, on the left and right. So first of all, we have to put all the x in one side and the rest on the other side. So let me bring cx to the left. So here I will have ax. Now when I bring cx to the other side, it will be minus cx. We have to change the sign of it. This is equal to. Now on the right side, what do I have? I have d. Then minus b will go to the right. So I should change the sign of it. It will be plus b. Okay, now next to x, I have times a and I have times minus c. So here in this case, what should I do? I cannot divide by a or divide by c. It will be a problem because I have 2x, not only 1. So the best way to do is we need to take x as a common factor. So we write x outside, then we open a bracket. Ax divided by x, I have a, minus cx divided by x is c, equals to, let me write them in alphabetical order, b plus d. Okay, now let's check. What do I have next to x? I have x multiplied by a minus c. So to remove the multiply by a minus c, we do the opposite, which is divide by a minus c. So how do I do that? X equals to, we have b plus d, then divided by a minus c. So now x is the subject. Question 2. So Ali took a taxi back home from his school. The taxi fare was $2.5 per mile. This is important. And $5 fixed payment. So when he entered the taxi, it doesn't start from 0. The counter starts from 5. So that 5, he has to pay it, whether he went like for 10 miles or 3 miles, whatever it is. So that per mile, it means here I need to use a variable because he will not pay 2.5. If it is 2 miles, he will pay 5. If it is 4 miles, he will pay 10. So that 2.5 should be multiplied by how many miles we have. So here I will use a variable. Now we read the question. So the question will inform me what should I use. They said, write a general equation for the cost C. Okay, so C is equal to find the payment according to how many miles and call it M. So the miles, we will call it M. So how much he will pay? He will pay $2.5 per mile. So we put M, 2.5 M, plus there is a fixed payment, $5 at the beginning of the trip. So the formula is 2.5 M plus 5. This formula to find the cost. Okay. Then they said, solve for the distance in miles m between his home and school. So they asked me to find m. In order to find it, c must be given. So is it given? Let's read the problem again. They said Ali paid $25 to the taxi driver. So the cost is given to find the miles. How much it is? 25. So we write the equation again. 25 is equal to 2.5 miles times plus 5. Now what should I do? I should make m the subject. So first we remove 5. We do minus 5. So 25 minus 5, 20 equals to 2.5 mile. Then how to keep m alone? I should divide by 2.5. So you can use your calculator. 20 over 2.5, which is 8. Don't forget the unit. So the distance between his home and the school is 8 miles. Next question. 3. The function f(x) is equal to 5x minus 3. And then solve for f3. So f(x) is the name of the function. So the function is f that is written according to x, or in terms of x. Now if I check the first part A, instead of saying fx, they said f3. What does that mean? I need to change the x value by 3, substitution. So the formula is 5x, so instead of x, I will put 3 in bracket. And then here we have minus 3, let me write it down. Now why I put 3 in bracket? Because when I say 5x, this means 5 times x. So here it's 5 times 3. So 5 times 3, 15, minus 3, 12. Then the second part, it says fx is equal to 0. Now this time they didn't give me the value of fx. Sorry, they didn't give me the value of x. They gave us the value of fx, which is 0. Now write the same function, but instead of fx, you should write 0. So let me write it down. I have, instead of fx, I will write 0 is equal to 5x minus 3. So we just changed fx by 0. Okay, now, so then what do I have to calculate here? So here, if the answer is 0, I need to calculate to find the value of x. That makes the answer 0. So you know how to do that. First, I need to remove minus 3. How? We do the opposite, plus 3. So 0 plus 3 is a 3, equals to 5x. Now, how to keep x alone? We divide by the value next to it, so we divide by 5. So what will be the value of x? It will be 3 over 5, because I'm dividing by 5. So x is equal to 3 over 5. This is the answer of x. That makes the answer of the function 0. Now, question 4. Find the inverse function of fx equals to x plus 5 over 2. If you remember here when we had this lesson at the class, we wrote 3 steps. We said you should memorize it in order to solve the inverse function. So the first step, it was name the function as y. So instead of fx, I will not write fx, I will write y. So y equals to x plus 5 over 2. So this is the first step. Name the function as y. Now, second step, it says make x the subject. Okay, how do I make it the subject? First, I need to remove the divide by 2 here. I do the opposite, which is I should multiply by 2. So let's multiply by 2. Instead of y, I will have 2y equals to x plus 5. Then how to remove plus 5? We do minus 5. So x is equal to 2y minus 5. So this is the inverse function. But now the third step, how do I write it? In the third step, we said instead of y, write x. So let me write 2x minus 5. So minus 5. So instead of y, I wrote x. Now, instead of that x, that is the subject, we write the question. What was the question? Find the inverse function. So how do you write the inverse function? The function is called f. So we write f inverse. How? Power of minus 1. So this is the final solution. F inverse x is equal to 2x minus 5. Now, next question, it says, the following functions, fx is equal to 3x minus 1, and gx is equal to 4x squared. So here we have two different functions, f and g. Both of them are written in terms of x. So the question is, find f of g5. Find f of g5. Again, we write a note about this, how to solve. This is called composite functions. So how do I solve composite functions? On the notebook, we write a note, which is solve the second function or the last function. So first, I should start solving g5. What does that mean, g5? It means go to the function that is called g and substitute x by 5. So 4, and then instead of x, we put 5, and it's to the power of 2. Now, be careful, it's not 4 times 5 to the power of 2, no. The priority to do the power order of operation, we should do the power first. 5 squared, 25, times 4, 100. So the answer of G5 is 100. Now the second step, what did we write on our notebook? We said, take the answer of part 1, the thing that we did, so take 100, and use it as a value for the first function, which is f. What does that mean? So fg5, which is the question itself, is equal to, now it's not fg anymore, it's f, and now instead of g5, write the answer of it that you have here. So it's f100. So now instead of finding fg5, I find f100, which will give me the answer. Now, what does that mean, f100? Go to the function that is called f. Instead of x, put 100. So we have 3. Instead of x, we put 100. Close it, minus 1. So 3 times 100, 300, minus 1, it's 299. Okay, next question. It says expand. Here we should write the formula, and you should memorize it for expanding a quadratic function. So what's the formula for expanding? It says for if it is a plus b, let me write it down. If it is a plus b squared, I will add the square at the end, equals to a squared plus 2 times a times b plus b squared. Let me just add the squares. A plus b squared equals to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Now, what if it is minus? We do. What if it is a minus b squared? Equals to a squared, the same thing, but here instead of plus, we put minus. Minus 2 times a times b, and the last one, it's always plus. Why? Because it's a square. It's b squared. So it has to be plus. Let me add the powers. So a minus b squared equals to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So only the first sign change, the either plus 2ab or minus 2ab. Now, what does that mean? So 2x is a, 4 is b. So to expand it first, I should do a squared. What is 2x in the bracket square? Some of the students, they will write 2x squared, which is wrong. It's 2x in the bracket square. What does that mean? That square, power 2, should be applied for x and should be applied for 2 as well. So 2x times 2x, it's 4x squared. Then plus, now 2 times a times b. 2 times 2x, 4x. Times 4, 16x. Then plus, the last value, instead of b, it's 4. We should do b squared, which means 4 squared, which is 16. So this is expanding the quadratic formula. Now the second one is minus. We do the same thing. A squared, what is 5x squared, which means 5x times 5x, 25x squared. Now, because this is minus, I'll put minus 2 times a times b. 2 times 5x, 10x. Times b, which is 3, so 10 times 3, 30x. And then the last one, we said it's always plus. So minus 3 squared, what is it? It's 9. Now, factorize a quadratic function. Now, the first one has 2 terms. This one and this one. So we have something called the difference of 2 squares. I will add the power at the end. So if I have a squared minus b squared, how do I factorize this? We open 2 brackets, we write a plus b, and another bracket, so they are multiplied, a minus b. So what's that formula? It's called the difference of 2 squares. If I have a squared minus b squared. Now let's apply the formula on the example that we have. 9x squared minus 25. Now 9x squared, if I need to write it in terms of a squared, what is it? It's 3x power 2. Why it's like this? Because the 3x times the 3x is equal to 9x squared. Then put minus. Now that 25, we need to write it as b squared. So which number, if I times it by itself, I'll get 25 is 5. So it's 5 squared. So now we made it like a squared minus b squared. Now let's factorize. It's a plus b, 3x plus 5. And then what? A minus b. So it's 3x minus 5. Only we change the sign in the middle. Now, second one, x squared minus 49 over 81. Actually, when I'm taking a squared to a, what does that mean? In other words, it means I am taking the square root. So look, for 25, what was the answer? 5 and 5. What does that mean? I am taking the square root of it. So let me do this one, x squared minus 49 over 81. First open a bracket, put x. Now we said 1 times plus, 1 times minus. Let me start with the plus. Now what do you have to do? The square root of this fraction. What is the square root of 49? It's 7, because 7 times 7 is 49. What's the square root of 81? 9, because 9 times 9 is 81. Then you repeat the same bracket, but minus. So x minus 7 over 9. So when I have the difference of two squares, I need to use the square root to apply it in the bracket. Now, part C and D are different. It's not like the difference of two squares. Here, this time, we have three terms. Now, what I need to know, we need to know that the quadratic function is written like this: ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, why I'm writing this, you should know the formula. How does it look like? So here I will solve one time without a calculator and another time with the calculator. So calculators in the exam are allowed, so you can get them. First time, let me solve it without calculator. What do I have to do? I should say that I'm thinking of two numbers. If I add them, it's equal to 3. If I multiply them, it's equal to minus 10. So we need to look at the same number, two numbers. It should be repeat here. So their addition should be 3, their multiplication should be minus 10. Since the multiplication is negative, what does that mean? I will have positive and negative value. And up the same thing, positive and negative value. Since the addition is positive, like plus 3, it means the positive value is bigger than or larger than the negative one. So it has to be positive. The positive is larger. Now always think of multiplication is easier. Which two numbers, if I multiply them, I get 10? There is 1 times 10, but it's not useful here for us. We cannot get 3. And there is 2 times 5. This one is good. Like here, it can be solved. We said the positive one is greater. So 5 minus 2, 5 minus 2. Now let's check. Is it correct? 5 minus 2, 3. Correct. 5 times minus 2, minus 10. Correct. So now we write the brackets. X plus 5. So always you open a bracket and you write the first value. And then, so x plus 5 and the other bracket, the second number, we write x minus 2. So it's factorized now. Now let me do it using the calculator. Remember the answers: x plus 5, x minus 2. How do I solve it on the calculator? Let me keep that one. So on the calculator, your calculator must support that mode. So that mode. So here you click on mode and then you choose equation. Which one is number 5 here? Then which equation are we are using? Ax squared plus bx plus c, which is, as you can see, the third one, ax squared plus bx plus c. So I click on 3. Now the calculator is asking me to give 3 values. What are they? A, b, and c. So a is the coefficient that is before x squared. So here, what do I have before x squared? You might say there is nothing here, but actually there is. We're saying x squared. So there is a number hidden, which is 1. I have 1x squared, but we don't write it. So on the calculator, you click 1, and then you click equal. So now the calculator asking for b. B is the coefficient of x. So next to x, what is it here? Plus 3. So I write 3 and then equal. Then the calculator asking what is c, the last value. If you write 10, it will be wrong. It's minus 10. You should take it with the sign of it. So I write minus 10. Now we click equal. Now the first equal, I will click again. I will get the first answer of this equation. And let me write it down. But in the exam, after you have the bracket, you should erase it because that answer, it shouldn't be there. So x1 equal to 2. So this one, I will write it aside because then I will erase it. And let me take the other answer. How? You click equal again. So it says x2 equals 2. minus 5. So here, what do you have to do? You should open a bracket and you should change those signs. So if this is 2 on the calculator, in the bracket you write it minus 2. If in the calculator you got minus 5, you change the sign of it, it will be plus 5. So from the calculator, I get 2 minus 5. So I open a bracket, I write x plus 5, and in another bracket, x minus 2. So I change the sign that I see on the calculator. And then after I write the bracket, those ones shouldn't be there. I remove them. Now for part B, again, the same thing. I will do it through the calculator and without the calculator. Let me start without the calculator. Here in this case, in the previous one, the value of A was 1. But here the value of A is not 1 anymore. It's a 3. So when I have such a situation, what do I have to do? I will multiply 3 by 6. 3 times 6, 18. So now what do I say? I say I'm looking for two numbers. If I add them, it's what? It's 11. Here, that value in the middle. And those two numbers, if I multiply them, I should get how much after I multiply 3 by 6? I should get 18. Now all the values are positive. So which two values, if I multiply them, I get 18. We have 9 times 2. So 9 plus 2 is 11, correct? 9 times 2 is 18. But now, do I write them in a bracket? No. In this case, you don't write them in a bracket. We have to split that 11x. We have to split it into two parts. What are the two parts? Those ones that we got here. So now let me rewrite the equation. 3x squared. Now instead of 11x, I will write those two, 9 and 2, plus 9x plus 2x. From where do I get those? From here, 9 plus 2. So 3x squared plus 9x plus 2x plus 6. What happens? So that 11x, I split it into 9x and 2x, the same thing. Now take the first two. From the first two, take a common factor. What's the common factor? Always take that one without the power. So it's 3x. Open a bracket. 3x squared divided by 3x, it's only x. Then 9x divided by 3x, it's plus 3. Because the 3 times the 3x, I'll get 9x. Now you should factorize the rest. 2x plus 6. But to make it easy on you, see that bracket that you got, x plus 3? Write it down again. Because you must have the same bracket, x plus 3. Now, from 2x plus 6, what is the value that I should take it outside as a common factor? So I will have x plus 3. It's 2. So plus 2. So 2x divided by 2, x. 6 divided by 2, 3. Correct. Now, as you can see, this bracket, we have it twice. So now I will take it as a common factor. What does that mean? So x plus 3. I took it as a common factor. Now what is left? I have 3x left and plus 2 left. So I write 3x plus 2. So those are the answers. X plus 3, 3x plus 2. Now, let me erase those. I will keep only the answer, and let me show you how to do it on the calculator. Again, after you do the mode for the equation, you should type what is A, what is B, what is C. So in this problem here, A is 3, B is 11, and C is 6. And always be careful for the sign. If it is minus, you should put minus 6, for example. But here it's 6. Now, let me ask the calculator to give me the first answer. The calculator said minus 2 over 3. This one, I will write it here, but then I will remove it. The next answer, -3. Now, as I said, guys, we should change the sign of the calculator. I got -3, so change it. It will be +3. So the first bracket, x plus 3. Okay, now -2/3. First of all, let's open a bracket, guys. Put x. And first of all, let's change the sign because this is from the calculator. So minus will be plus. Now I cannot write 2/3 here next to x. I cannot write 2/3 as a fraction. So what I will do, I will multiply to remove the fraction. To remove the denominator, I will multiply by 3. Why? To remove that denominator. So when you multiply by 3, x should be multiplied by 3 as well. So 3x, and then that 2 becomes only 2. It's not 2/3 anymore. So if you compare, guys, the answers that we get, it's similar to that one. So just get the answers from the calculator and change their signs. Then if you get a fraction, you have to multiply by the denominator. And don't forget to multiply the x, like here. It's a 3x.